Hi guys, welcome to today's video and to my channel if you're new here. It's another one of my videos for my Debbie Does December series, which if you're not aware, I'm uploading every other day in the month of December. All sorts of festive content. It's going to be so much fun. And I saw this idea floating around on Instagram and decided it might make a good video. So we're going to be doing a festive this or that, kind of answering questions whether I prefer this, prefer that in relation to Christmas and the festive season. So if you want to see my answers, then please keep on watching. Okay guys, so this, as I say, was posted on Instagram. You know these like little things that people have on their stories as like a template and you have to fill them out. I get tagged in these all the time and I'd love to do them, but I have no idea how to save the template to my Instagram because I'm old and sad and I just don't know how to do it. So when I saw this one, I saved the picture, and I guess that's maybe all you do, just save the picture and then post it somehow, but I didn't know how to kind of fill it out. So I saved it and I just thought it might make a fun video idea. So in this one that I've chosen, there's 9 festive this or that. So we're just going to go through them and I'm going to give you my thoughts on which I prefer. So it's nothing related to makeup, it's just a bit of fun, and just thought it might be a break from some of the makeup related content and chance to just get to know me a little bit more and in relation to the season as well. So the first one is Christmas morning or Christmas Eve. Well, definitely for me, I love both. I mean, I love Christmas. It's my favourite time of the year, I would say. But I think it's all still to play for on Christmas Eve, and there's just like this magic in the air. And I know for a lot of places, Christmas Eve is Christmas, isn't it? That's when you celebrate Christmas in a lot of the continent is Christmas Eve. But traditionally in the UK, it's Christmas Day. But on Christmas Eve, you've still got all the presents under the tree. You've got the whole of the Christmas, kind of Christmas Day, Boxing Day, all of like the festivities still to come. And generally on Christmas Eve, my husband and I will have that evening on our own before kind of we have family come. And he works right up till Christmas Eve. So I normally finish on about the 18th of December, but it's the first kind of night we have where we know we've not got to go anywhere and we've got the whole of Christmas off until like January the 1st. So it's always such a nice time for me. It's kind of like, as I say, just got this magic in the air. And he likes to follow the Nomad thing, you know, where you're tracking Santa. So we kind of have a look on our phones and see, well, where Santa got to, because I'm just the biggest kid at heart and I almost want to listen out for those bells and think, you know, is he really coming? I think my mum and dad instilled such a Christmas spirit in me that has just lived on, and like Christmas Eve in her house was just so exciting and festive, and yeah, so I just love Christmas Eve. Christmas Day itself seems to be a lot more work. We have my mum for the day. Love her as much as I do. It's sometimes a little bit challenging to keep everybody entertained and like keep everyone happy on Christmas Day. I think it's a little bit of a myth that everyone has a wonderful happy Christmas, and sometimes I don't know what to do to keep my mum entertained, and I'm kind of on tenterhooks all day on Christmas Day, trying to make everything perfect for everybody. But the bit about Christmas Day I do love is the traditions that we have in the UK for it. So I love to watch the Queen. I love the Christmas edition of Top of the Pops, which if you're not from the UK, you perhaps don't know what Top of the Pops is. I don't know if it's made it across the pond. I have no idea, but it's a pop show from my youth, and it used to be on every Thursday, I think, as I was growing up. And now the only chance that you get to watch it is the festive editions. I think they have 2 over Christmas, but the Christmas Day one is a must for me. So I love that. I love just sitting down after the Christmas dinner and just drinking lots of sherry and watching Christmas movies. Obviously on Christmas Day is the day you get to open all your presents, so that's exciting. But no, I think like Christmas Eve, where it's a bit more serene, we'll have candles lit, we'll be kind of, normally we'll watch a festive movie and it'll be one that we've watched millions of times before, and I'll talk about that later. And sometimes it's a chance for some friends to drop in. You never know who's gonna kind of turn up at the door at what time, and you know, just offer them a drink and a mince pie, and I just love that day so much. So yeah, Christmas Eve for me is my favourite of the two, but I love them both, of course. Okay, the second one, tea or hot chocolate? Well, tea. Oh no, I don't like tea. So I'm British and it's a British institution to drink tea, but I've never liked it. In fact, it's quite comical. If anyone ever gives me tea instead of coffee and I taste it, I'll literally have to spit it out. It's just repulsive to me. I don't know how anyone can drink real tea. I drink fruit tea, so I do enjoy that. And I'll buy like these festive infusions, which have got nothing to do with the tea leaf at all, and then I'm okay with those. But no, hot chocolate all the way. In fact, anything chocolate. I love chocolate. I eat chocolate every single day. But at Christmas, you know, you can have hot chocolate, you can have a whole trolley full of chocolates, which we always do. And we always buy a special hot chocolate, like either like shavings of real chocolate to make hot chocolate out of, or last year Waitrose had one that was like, had gold in it, and it left like this gold film on the top, and it just looks so luxe. And I don't even mind it with marshmallows and cream in. I don't mind it just chocolate on its own. One year Costa did this amazing chocolate. It was Lindor chocolate, but it was like an espresso version of chocolate, just like melted Lindors, and it was divine. So hot chocolate, definitely. Okay, next one, fake tree or real tree? Well, I love the idea of having a real tree, but it would have to be in a pot, because the thought of chopping a tree down in its prime, I know they're kind of grown as a crop, but to chop it down, knowing how majestic a forest can be and how beautiful these trees could grow, just makes me sad. And then, you know, it's almost dying the minute that you bring it into the house, and you can have needles everywhere. You know, they look so beautiful, and I love them when I see them in other people's houses, but I couldn't kind of cut a tree down and just to bring it in my house for 2 weeks and then it dies. I just couldn't do it. I'm just so sad and soppy though, I really am. And so we have a fake tree. In fact, we have 3 of them, and I'll insert some footage so that you can see, but in our lounge we've got a gold tree, so kind of like a tinsel tree. And like my sort of youth was the 70s, and tinsel trees were such a thing in the 70s. Like we had a silver one, it was kind of glam rock time, so everybody had these tinsel trees and like tinsel kind of decorations as well. Probably a complete fire hazard, but I just remember them all being twirled off of every beam in my mum and dad's lounge, and like proper like big fairy lights everywhere. Again, probably a fire hazard. But these beautiful tinsel trees, and it became very unfashionable to have a tinsel tree over time, but I still love them. So we have one in our lounge, the gold one. We also have a green tree, which we have had in the lounge in the past, but this year we've decorated and we've got a lot more of a sort of goldy theme in the lounge, so I decided to put that one out on the landing. So I've got a 3-story house, and this is the one that's on the landing, and it's got some of the decorations that we've collected over many years on that tree. So we've got little pink champagne buckets on there, and proper glass ornaments, and some ornaments that we bought in a Christmas market in Germany on a honeymoon, because we got married in November. So that tree is very special because it's kind of like an heirloom to me, and I love the thought that you're passing down kind of traditions through the generations. And so yeah, there's a little angel on the top of that tree, and it's knitted, and it was given to us on the coach trip that we went on for, as I say, our honeymoon, because we did a coach trip because we had no money. I love that tree. And then last year I wanted a snowy tree, and we were going to Gran Canaria, and my husband was like, you're not putting a tree up, we're going to be away until Christmas Eve. And so he said, if you're going to put something up, it's got to be something you can put up in 5 minutes. So I bought this pre-lit snowy tree. Worst decision ever. It's got this flocking snow that just kind of falls off everywhere, so the minute you touch it you're just getting dammed with snow falling everywhere. But it is super pretty. So that one's in our movie room. We've kind of got 2 lounges. We've got one that's kind of our normal lounge, and then we've got another room that should be a bedroom that's on the same floor, and we've kind of converted that into like a Xbox playing room and movie room, and that tree's in there. So yeah, I've got 3 trees, and they're all fake. Next question, Christmas cookies or candy canes? Well, candy canes look beautiful. I've got some on my tree, but I don't like anything mint, so really not into those to eat, just to look at. But Christmas cookies, all about biscuits. Any sort of cookies and biscuits, I'm up for that. So Christmas cookies win all the way. Gingerbread cookies, shortbread cookies, any sort of chocolate chip cookies, all about it. So anything sweet like that actually, and those like giant cookies that are kind of mushy in the middle, yeah, anything like that, I love it. Fairy lights or candles? Guys, I can't choose. You can't make me choose. I love them both so much. I've got fairy lights around my house all year round. And you've seen in my background, I've got some lights up there, but I always have lights in my background that are probably really Christmas lights. I normally have little stars that are kind of colour changing in my background. And I've just changed it up a bit for Christmas, but literally I have fairy lights everywhere all the time. And growing up, we had like what I would call the Pifko Christmas lights. You know, the ones where you had a separate bulb for every single light, and then you would have one that's a fuse bulb, and you might have a string of say 40 lights, and if one of those lights went out, then you lost the whole string. They're not like the LED ones you get now. And I just have so many fond memories of my dad putting them up, because he didn't used to put them on the tree so much. We've got beams in our lounge at my parents' house. My dad's not with us anymore, but my mum still lives in that house, and all across the beams on the ceiling he would tack these lights, and it used to take him forever to do it. And then he'd want to do this big reveal, and he used to run them off of the light in the lounge, like the ceiling light. He got some sort of adapter and he could like plug it into the light. And he plugged it into the light and boom, nothing, so many times, and then he'd have to go all the way along with a step ladder to each one and try and find it. It's one of my memories of my youth, get so wound up by it, but I used to kind of be snickering in the background thinking it was funny. But so I've always loved lights like that, and I did have some and they've just kind of disappeared. I don't know where they are. I secretly think my husband threw them away because I'm such a hoarder and he's such a declutterer, so I think he decluttered them, but I'm super sad if he has, because I think there's something magical about those old style fairy lights with the little shades on them. But yeah, I love fairy lights. But candles, I love the scented candles that Yankee Candle do, or Woodwick candles. Just having that flicker and glow going, and little tea lights everywhere. Just any sort of magical light really, but the Yankee candles just have such festive scents and they're just so beautiful. I'm loving the one that's called Red Apple Wreath at the moment. I've got that one burning. It's a red candle but really, really festive smell. And I'm trying to think what other one I'm really... Oh, the Sparkling Cinnamon. That one's beautiful as well. So for anything that's festive, I'm all about it. I burn the festive ones all year round. So yeah, love my candles too. So I can't choose, I'm sorry, but I can't. Right, comfy clothes or dressing up? Well, 3/4 of Christmas I spend probably in my comfy clothes, and I like to kind of be comfortable but dressed up. So kind of like what I'm wearing now, like I'll find a really nice jumper that's festive, but I'll wear it with like a nice pair of skinny jeans and maybe a heel or something like that. That's kind of my aesthetic over Christmas, particularly if we're going to have anyone over. I do love dressing up. Like if you're going to go out, I love to dress up for Christmas parties, or I've even been away at Christmas on cruises. I love all the glitter and sequins, and I'm going to do some videos where I kind of do get ready with me as if we're going to be going out to party, and I'm going to wear some of my festive things because I do really love them. But I'm probably a comfort girl at heart, so I live and die in like my festive pyjamas, quite honestly. Most of Christmas Eve I'll be lounging around in those and I'll be loving it. Right, next up, Christmas music or Christmas movies. Again, this one's so hard because I love both. I love music so much. I mean, that's one of the inspirations for me on my channel. It's always that I want to find the music that kind of suits the vibe of my videos. I collect vinyl and I love it so much. So music evokes a time, you know. I've got so many records that I love because they bring memories back for me. So there's 3 tracks at Christmas that are just Christmas kind of personified to me, and It's All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. Whenever like that twinkly little bit at the beginning of that comes on, you know, the bit, it just kind of just makes me feel so festive. And I think it's like Christmas parties I've been to in the past and dancing to that one, and it's just such a happy song, and yeah, just love it so much. And then Driving Home for Christmas, Chris Rea. I just love the thought of like people that have been away and that haven't seen family are driving back listening to that, and I kind of imagine everybody doing that, and it's just got just such a nice vibe to it, so I love that one. But my absolute favourite is Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues, and I remember seeing a documentary on the making of that, and if you ever get the chance to watch it, it's just such a good watch. But it tells such a story, and I love like the change of tempo in it, and I tried to sing along to it. I don't know all of the words and I'm a terrible singer, but I'll always sing along to it. Used to love Kirsty MacColl. I mean, again, going back to sort of the 80s and my youth, she was from my era and just gone too soon. So just, yeah, absolutely adore that song. I think it tops the poll of being like one of the most popular Christmas songs of all time every year, and I think it touches so many people, so it's such a good song. But films, well, today I'm off. I had like a long weekend, and my intention was like not really to do too much and to watch lots of Christmas movies, but I've ended up, to be honest, having a ball filming. I've not really done it, so maybe tonight I'll get to watch one, but I'm back to work tomorrow. Today's Tuesday. The films that I love Jingle All the Way. I love anything that's kind of slapstick and funny, and just watching Arnie trying to get that toy, that Turbo Man for his kid. It's just so funny to me, so I love that one. And probably growing up, one of the ones I liked the most was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, because Chevy Chase in that is just hilarious, and I just love it when like they plug the lights in and the lights don't come on, and then it just brings me back to my childhood and all the issues that I've talked about. But when it finally lights up, I just love seeing houses like completely like over the top lit up like that. I'm not allowed to do it. My husband thinks it's not classy, but I'd love to have my house literally festooned in lights outside, and I love to watch it in that movie. I love two films that Jim Carrey has done because I love him. So the Disney Christmas Carol, which is quite a dark movie for a Christmas kind of kids movie, but so well done. I love that. The Grinch, of course. So The Grinch, I think, is probably our favourite together, and that's the film that we like to watch on Christmas Eve. And it is lovely when people drop in and you get to see people on Christmas Eve, but we love to just sit down and watch that movie, and we always get interrupted every time we watch it. But my husband can quote so many lines from that, and he just loves it so much. And just seeing him enjoy the movie kind of makes me feel all like gooey inside as well. I just love it. So they're my favourite movies and songs, and again, very difficult to choose between the two. I can't imagine a Christmas without Christmas movies, but equally I can't imagine not having Christmas music on in the background. Oh guys, if you like Christmas music and you like kind of jazzy, kind of in the background kind of music, Spotify's got a playlist and it's called Cocktail Christmas or something along those lines. Can't remember, I'll put it up on the screen, but oh, it's so good. It's like all of the songs that you know, but done in like either, it's got like a jazz feel, as I say, so either piano or saxophone, but you know, quite understated and twinkly kind of in the background kind of music. It was our anniversary last night, which was the 30th of November, and we had that on in the background, and we had some Prosecco, and it was just lovely. So totally recommend that, very relaxing. Yeah, love my Christmas music. Right, receive or give? Definitely give. I'm not very good at receiving gifts actually. I find it a little bit kind of embarrassing sometimes, and I don't know, I much prefer like seeing other people's faces when I've gone to the trouble to find them the perfect gift. And I really do pride myself on trying to find the right thing for the right person. I spend hours and hours looking, and normally this time now, from like beginning of December to Christmas, is my favourite time, and I'll be scouring the shops, going out multiple times, probably just to find one present, because I want to get the perfect thing that suits that person, and then just to see their face if you get it right. Sometimes if you get it wrong, it's not so good, but yeah, just making someone's day and getting something for them that they perhaps couldn't afford to get. I always spoil my friends so much at Christmas. So yeah, definitely I would say give rather than receive for me. And then the last one, cinnamon or peppermint. Well, I've already said don't like anything mint, so don't like peppermint, so it's got to be cinnamon. I love all my spicy kind of nutmeg, cinnamon, gingerbread kind of flavours. All of those like flavours that you can put in coffee, really. Just love them. That's all the spice of Christmas to me, and yeah, just love those sort of flavours so much. This has been so much fun to do, and it's really got me in the festive spirit. I hope it kind of has for you guys too. I'd love to know your answers down in the comments and what you think to this kind of video, and if you've got a channel, I'd love to hear your answers and some of your Christmas memories as well. But yeah, really enjoyed doing it. So thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, you really want to be, you know, because if you love Christmas, I'm going to have so many more videos like this, but also we're going to have some tutorials, some ranking videos, a lot more collabs with my friends, just lots and lots of festive content. So hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. But as I say, thank you for watching this video, and hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, guys. Catch you in the next one. Bye guys.